beginners to advanced series, and today in day 4 we are finally going to start the hooks which all of you were waiting for. So hooks are the one of the greatest things which happened to React in late 2020, and since they have become mainstream, and even most of the people who are just learning React don't want to learn even class based React, and I have to tell them that it is class based is also important, at least for the next 2 to 3 years, till everything move to React, until the old projects are gone and all the new projects start, because the old projects still which started at around 2021 also starting or mid, they're in class base is nowhere, it has gone nowhere, and it's still there. But hooks is the way to go. If you are starting a new project today, you have to start it with hooks. Hooks are very easy to do, means it has made React actually very easy. React was complicated with those lifecycle method, was complicated because of the this keyword. So although with that also React is not that much complicated, but with the lifecycle method and with this keyword it was a bit complicated, and that complication is also removed. So that's the greatness of React. It is very easy to think. If you do Angular we're going to do next week, you'll see there are a lot of things to learn, and I will try to cover a lot Angular in those 5 days, but yeah, it will be there. Okay, so let's get started with hooks. Okay, and as I've told yesterday also, that we learn hooks in a way that we learn what is wrong with class based thing, and then we learn the hook. Means I will show an example in that way. Okay, and again attendance will be given at the end, will be given at the end. Attendance will be given at the end, and I'm telling this, and attendance will be given only on the YouTube and Twitch, because my software which I'm using, it is allowing me to that chat to go only there. So I cannot go to other platform like LinkedIn and Facebook and put that attendance sheet there. So please, if you're watching from LinkedIn, please do come to my YouTube channel, and it will support the YouTube channel also. And please do like the video on the YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please do like the video on the YouTube also. It will help it to reach more people and engage on the video, and like this. So if you're on LinkedIn, so I know a lot of people watch on LinkedIn, more than 20 30 people watch on LinkedIn. So please do come to the my YouTube channel, and I will get the attendance sheet also here only. Okay, so what I'm showing, I'm just created a new project, because the hooks I want to use it in a new file project, and I have given the GitHub repo for yesterday also. In the yesterday's video it is there. So what is there? So see, I have created just like a empty project with these hooks, like the npx create react app. I think we all should know this till now. Cd hooks, and I'll open it with VS Code and do npm start. Npm start is done, and see, yeah, it's just an empty project, so we are not going to learn much about it. Okay, so the thing, okay, let me increase the font size first, so that it is even visible in your mobile also. Okay, so it is even visible in the mobile. I don't want to remove anything or else something like that. App.js, just I'm going to change something in app, just I'm going to add that in the app.js new component. So let me create a component. Components I'll do, and components, it is like, okay, what happened? Oh crap. Okay, sometimes this thing happen. I have a lot of windows, actually a lot of things open at one time. Okay, so that it is okay. So components I've done, and in the components I will create a new file of class counter. Yeah, as I've told, we'll always learn a class based component first, and then we'll convert it into hook based component. So that's how the class will be there. So don't think that I am doing a class based thing. No, 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 it is not like that. So this class counter is there, and as I've told, it will be a class based component. And hooks are like they are used with array destructuring, again a ES6 concept. So yeah, we will come back to that. Okay, so let me save this, and this class counter is there. I will remove all these things. Okay, I'll remove all these things, and I have to increase the font size a bit, because I want it to have it so that it is very much visible to every one of you. Okay, class counter is this one, class counter. Save it. Logo is not there, so let me remove it. Save it, and okay, did I npm started? Oh, I did npm start. That's why it was going at that place. Okay, no problem. close 3000 have done, and nothing is there because there is actually nothing. At least it is running. So in this class counter will have a simple counter here, and we are going to convert it into hook based thing. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Okay, so our const is there. Okay, and count is 0. So a simple counter we going to make. So count is 0. This we all know how to do this. Okay, and then here I will come, and here I'll do a button, and count is this dot state dot count. Count is a state dot count, and on click is equal to this dot in. Okay, so instead of doing it there, I think I will do it here only because I'm going to show a way. Okay, so we can do it here also. Why to create another function in even within this? Okay, so this we can do directly. We know how to do it, and on click arrow is there. So this dot set state. I could have created a function and did it there also, but it's okay. I can do it here also. Count is this dot state dot count plus 1. This is state dot count plus 1. So this is how I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm doing everything here only. Okay, so that is there, and I could have made a function as I'm telling, but I am not doing that. Okay, count is there, and I can increase the count. So this is how a class based thing works. Okay, class based things work like this, and on click is there. Now we are going to change it to a hook based thing, and how it is different and what is being changed to what, we are going to see that. So for that, what I'm going to do here, I'll come and do a hook counter dot js, and RAFCE means hook, means functional component, not hook. Okay, so hooks are something we have to import it from here. Okay, so the first thing is that we want to declare the hook. So here we have declared it with the this dot state, and which is a this dot state, and it is an object. So what we are going to do here, so let me come here and const count. So if you don't remember what I'm doing right now, go back to the ESX class which I have taken earlier in the JavaScript, and do this thing, learn this thing as which is known as array destructuring. So array destructuring is very important in hooks, and it is a mandatory concept. So use state I have to do, and use state you have to import. Okay, so this is like this array destructuring. So count equal to the first part of this use state, and set count is the second part of it. Okay, so that is like this. Okay, so what is there, this count and set count is there. Okay, so count, here the main thing is that count is 0. So it is exactly like this. Count is 0. I have done here. Count is 0. Okay. So we will compare both of these things. This dot state. Here also I'm declaring a state variable in which the initial value of count is equal to 0. Understand like this. And set count. What is this set count? So you have seen this set state here. So in hooks, what happens in so hooks are of different type of hooks are there, and this what I'm using is the use state hook. So here what happens, there is set state is there. Okay, set state is there, and the set state is same for all the thing. We can have a multiple state also changed here, but here for everything we have a different set state, and it is generally not called set. You can actually give it any name, but it is the industry standard to give it the set thing, and whatever it is there in the camel case changing it to set count, set variable something. So if I have 10 state variables, so one problem more with hook is that in if I have 10 state variables, I can give a comma and use it in there. But with hooks, what happens, if I have 10 state variables, I have to create 10 use state hooks. So it is like that. So the set count will be associated with this one only. So it is like that. It is like set state. So now let us use it. And so again I will come here, and I'll do a button, and button is like the hook count. Hook count is, so there is no state, or there is no this for the time. There is nothing like a this or a state. So we can directly, instead of using this dot state dot count, I can directly use the count, directly use the count, and now in the button I can use on click is equal to like set count plus 1. Yeah, so set count is count plus 1, because we don't have to do it like this, means count, because we are not passing an object here. In fact, this is also not an object. So in class based thing, what happens, this dot state is an object, so that's why in the this dot state we pass the object, and object this count variable. In this function we're passing an object, and in the object is count, I'm increasing it like this dot state dot count plus plus. But here we don't have an object, we're directly increasing the count value to 1, so count is count plus 1. So save it, and if I come here, okay, I have to import that also. What should I do? Yeah, like, why not hook counter? Let us use the hook counter only, because we only know what is that hook counter. I've taken hook counter, hook counter, save it, and hook count is coming, and it will increase like the same. So it will work exactly like the same. So this much code is there, and all these things are there, and this is the short form with hooks, and that's why people love hooks. So that is there. So hooks doesn't end here, and actually there is one thing which I should say. There are only two hooks which are the most important, and you are going to use mostly those two hooks only. One is the use state hook, one is the use effect hook. So use effect hook is even more useful than the use state hook, because there is something known as lifecycle methods in React, which were very complicated in the class-based component. But the thing is that what React team had thought and did, that they converted all the lifestyle method with in one hook. They combine all of them in one hook, which is known as the use effect hook. So in the class based thing which we have seen earlier, yesterday, we have seen the class based approach in the lifestyle method. So many lifecycle methods were there. So actually the React team found out that only 2 3 lifecycle methods are only important in that, and component did mount, component did update, and component will unmount. Those 3 lifecycle methods are the only important lifecycle methods in React, and they combine all those 3 in user effect. All the other lifecycle methods are not there anymore. So means in the future also they won't be there. So it is like this. Okay, so now use state is not over yet. Okay, so why it is not over yet? Because use state, there are many other use cases of use state also. Here the state is very simple because it's an object. Here it's not an object, you can take it anything you want. I have taken it a number, I can take it as an object, I can take it as a array, and all those things are there, and they sometimes causes a bit of problem. So we'll see those things. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to do is let us make another. So I'll do a hook counter to .js, and let me make it here to here. So what I'm doing, I'm doing here, so this is will be what I just did, counter 2. Don't want this much, don't want the count also to be shown here. I want it to be only show the increment. Okay, increment is there, which is like count plus 1. This will be minus 1. It is decrement, and this will be reset, and this I will set it to initial count. I did it the opposite way. Okay, so what is there, this initial count I will make like const initial count equal to 0, I will do, and then this will be the initial count. Initial count will be like this, and there is a reset thing. So that is there, and where is this counter 2, counter 2, save it, come here. Okay, I forgot to give one thing. Where is the value? Document count is save it. So the count is there, increment, increment, decrement, decrement, reset, everything is working fine. Okay, so this is working fine. So what we are going to see, so we are going to see a thing like suppose, so this is working fine. Suppose I have a function now, button increment 5 I am going to take, and on click equal to increment 5 I'll do, and this increment 5 I will come here, and what I'm going to make it, so I want that if I do increment 5, the count should be increased by 5. Okay, so this function I'll make const increment 5 equal to like this, and we'll have a for here, for let I equal to 0, I is not less than count, I is less than 5, so 5 times I'll do, and then it will be a set count is count plus 1. So yeah, the count will, it will run 5 times and the count will be increased by 5. Okay, so let me come here, and is the 5, it is 1, 2, 3, it is not going 5, 10, 15, it is not doing that. Why? Because there is a problem in React. If it sees too much set counts or set state at one time, it clubs all those things, so the it doesn't update it right. So it does it for optimization. So in those cases we have to use, so this is a special type of case. In this cases we have to use something known as prev count. So previous count we have to use, we cannot use it like this. Okay, so prev count is used in a different way. It, in that we have to pass a function here. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to do a prev count is like prev count plus 1 I'll do. Okay, so now if I save it and see, okay, 1 2, this is all like, but this is 5 5 5 5 5, it is working fine. So this is working fine. Okay, so the thing is that if I had done prev count here, I should also do the prev count here also, should also do the prev count here. It will not change the functionality or something like this, but it will be good. Okay, so increment, decrement, so everything is working fine. So this is how we need to do when we have this some optimization kind of thing. We have to use the prev count. Okay, so that is there. So now we are going to look into a special case, and that case will be like what if the initial state which we have taken, it is an object. And that is a very important thing, because by default in hook I am not taking it as an object, I can take it as anything. Here I have taken it as a number, there also I have taken it as a number, but in class counter the state is always an object, but here it is not the case. Okay, so let us do that, and we'll create another file known as a hook counter free .js, and here I'll do a RAFCE is there, and then const name comma set name, name should be caps, name equal to use state, and I will take a object. Okay, I'll take an object first name and the last name which will be in an empty string. So we can take it like this also. Use state, let me import the use state, and use state is imported. So this I'm taking it like this. So object with the initial values I have taken. So now I will have a form form, and inside the form I will have two input boxes. Okay, so input type is text, value is equal to name dot first name, and on change equal to e set name first set name. This time, okay, on change is there, on change is the e is there, and it will be set the name is, I don't want to change set the complete name. Okay, so first name is e dot target dot value. Okay, so this is the first name. Okay, so like this, the last name is there, last name is e dot target dot value is there. Okay, so now I will have h2, and first name is name dot first name, and last name is name dot last name. Okay, these two are there. Save it, and save it. So now if I come here, I'll have these two things. Okay, so let me enter my name. So it is there, and I will come here and discuss. So the moment I enter the other name, the first one is gone, and if I enter again like K, see the first one has come, the second one has gone. Why it is happening? Why this thing is happening? So let us see that thing in a much better way. So what the error in a much better way, not see that thing. So I will do h2, and here I will do JSON dot string v5, and the whole name I am going to stringify. Whole name I am going to stringify. Okay, so whole name I am stringifying, and see it is, let me do it again, and Bindu Visa. So see this, the moment I write another thing, the first thing is gone. So why this is happening? So this is happening because in this, by default in use state we are not taking an object, here we're taking an object. So this thing, if you are going to do it here, this error won't come. Why it will not come? Object, when we are going to do a set state with the object, it automatically merge the object. So the merging is not happening here, so merging of the object is not happening here, the merging of the object is not happening here, and it's just updated. So merging is not happening here. So when we are going to do the first name, the last name also should be updated or merged to it. And this is where again another ES6 concept of spread operator will come into play. So I have to use the spread operator and do the dot 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 name comma, and here also dot 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 name comma. These two things I have to do. Save it, and now let me go and redo. See, last name is also there. This was last name is also there. So that's why when I'm giving the first name, it is now spreading the last name. When I'm giving the last name, it is spreading the first name. So this is how it works. Use state with objects. So now we have to see another thing, which is the use state with array. So because it is not that much easy here, but one thing is benefit is also there. We can use in the use state, we can do anything here. Use state here, the state is always a object. Here we can use it an object, we can use it as a string, and all those things are there. So array also, this dot 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 thing will happen, because array also it will not directly merge it. So this spread operator we have to use it, but let us see it. Okay, so let us see it, and then we are going to come here, and not here, and hook counter 4.js. I'll do counter 4 and const items comma set items is equal to use state open empty array. Empty array is there. So and also you state have to do, and then you come here and button is there and add a number, and on click it will open a add item. It will call an add item function. So let us make that add item function. So I'll come here and const add item equal to like this, and set items equal to dot items comma id items dot length comma value. So what I'm doing here, so first thing is that I have to spread it. So dot items, I'm spreading it. Dot items, so whatever was the items here earlier, so I'm spreading it, and then I'm passing an object in which items dot length I'm doing. So items dot length is 0 initially, so items dot length will be 0, it will always be unique. Okay, and value I am taking anything, like I can do a math dot and into 10. Okay, so that is there, and okay, so that is there. I've done a mad.random into 10. Okay, and so it will pick up anything. Okay, and but I have to show this also. So now the items will have something. Items will have everything. So what is happening every time I click it, ID will be taking as length and value it will be anything, and it will be added. This object will be added, and when this object will be added, and next time I'll click, so dot items. The earlier one will be spreaded, and the next one will be added. So we will get a new thing, and we are sort of doing an array of object. Okay, so that we are doing. So after this, I will have a just a UL, and inside the UL, I'll loop through it and show the items. Okay, items or map is item, and here I'll do li, and li will be item dot value. I'll do, so value I'm done, so value is this. Okay, and then key will be item dot id. Item dot id is this, so that's the reason I'm taking this unique id, so that I can have a key. So it is always important to take a key. Okay, it is giving me some error here, and the error is because I have to close this thing. I have to close. Okay, so now error is there. Save it, and no count of 4 is the count of 4 is done. Nope, it is not done. 4 count of 4 is done. Save it. Okay. So add a number. See, random numbers are getting added, and it is working fine. So this is how we do it for the use state with array. Okay, so this is also done. Now the next thing which we are going to do is the famous use effect hook. So we'll try to complete the use effect hook also today only. So as I've told earlier also, use effect hook. Okay, so let me do one more thing. If someone let me give the attendance form also right now. Okay, so that the people can fill it. Okay, mark your attendance here, and next thing which we are going to do is the use effect hook. Okay, so as I've told, the use effect hook is a very important hook, and it basically replaces the life cycle method. So in the use effect hook only you do the API calls and all those things, because in the lifecycle matters only in React you do the API call. Like in component did mount only you do the API call, or component did update you do the API call. So those things are there. So let us start with it. Okay, so we will so use effect will replace actually three lifecycle matters. As I've told, React team felt that only three lifecycle matters are important, which is component did mount and component did update and component will unmount. The rest of the lifecycle matters are not important, and most of the people when they were using class-based component didn't use those things. Okay, so they only replace those three things, and I think going forward also those three will only be there: component did mount, component did update, and component will unmount. So nobody uses that much should component update, or I have seen it been used, but very rarely we use it. So only component did mount, component did update, and component will unmount are the things which we use. So let us do those things. Okay, so let's get started. And again, we are going to learn it with a class based first. Okay, so I will have one thing known as class counter one dot js. I will have, and then this will be a RCC counter one or const, and count is 0. Save it. Not counter, is count is 0. Count is 0. Now what I'm going to have here, I'm going to have a button. In the button I will have a on equal to this will just change the count. Okay, so this dot set state, we know how to do it. It is count is this dot state dot count plus 1. So I was just changing it. We have seen this earlier also. And another thing is that here I will show the count number. Click this dot state dot count and time set. Okay, so like this I will do, and let us see whether it is working or not. And counter class counter, save it back here, and yeah, it is working fine. It is working fine. But there is one more thing which I wanted to do. So this count number, I want to show it in this React app. See this title bar, we can change that also. I am going to change it there. Okay, so to change it there, what I need to do? So initially when this component is rendered, I want to show the count as 0. But subsequently when I will click on this button, it should also update. So that's why in this case I have to use two component lifecycle method. One is component did mount, one is component did update. Okay, so again and we are going to learn a bit of class lifecycle method also while doing this, because we have seen an example in which there was just console logs. Okay, so we'll see a real example also. Component did mount is there, and in that we'll have document dot title. So document dot title will change the document title. Okay, and flagged this dot dot count times. Okay, this thing is we'll have, and similar to that we should have a. So if I do this, see this click 0 time is there, but if I increase this is increasing, but this is not increasing because the component did not only runs one times. It doesn't run the subsequent time when the state is changed. So here the state is getting changed when I'm clicking it. So in the other render method, means update lifecycle phase, it doesn't run. I've told it yesterday. Okay, so now what we are going to do, component did, we have to do this did update we have to do, and it takes actually two things. One is priv props, one is priv state also it takes. Okay, priv state also it takes, and then we have to do exactly the same thing. This thing component document dot title, and this thing we have to do exactly the same thing. Right, save it. Now if I come back here, So first time it is coming from the component did mount. Okay, next time I'm click, it will coming from the component did update. Component did update, it is coming. Component did update, it is coming, and it is doing. So this thing is changing from this button click state, and this is component did mount and component did update. So this is a real use case scenario of the lifecycle method. Okay, so now we are going to change this to a use effect hook. So this lifecycle methods are actually changed through a hook known as a use effect hook. So how we are going to change it? So now let me make a hook counter 1.js I'm going to do, and then RAFCE I'm going to do, and then here const count set count is equal to use state of 0. Use state is coming here, and button on click set count is count plus 1. So this thing we have already seen. So this thing previously we have seen it was working fine. Okay, so click count times, click count times I'm going to do, and this is going to come, and set count is always zero. Okay, so this is done. This, let me have this hook counter here, counter here, hook counter here, hook counter here, save it, and then if I come here, so this is okay. Let me refresh it. So React app is coming, so that should only come because I have not changed it yet. So this is done, but the thing is that I have to replace this to component did mount and component did, and there is nothing like that in a hook based in a functional component. So instead of that, we have something known as the use effect hook. Again, it is similar to use, it's the hook thing, it is not some function kind of a thing. Okay, and that we do it like use effect. So it has got a format. Use effect you have to do like this, and then it's a function call, and then inside this you have to do, okay, inside it's a function call, and inside this you have to do, and here I'll do document dot title click count times. So I am doing count times. Okay, but there is no this dot state dot count. Okay, count times I am doing, and let me save it. And use effect is not defined because use effect also we have to import it from here. I'm doing it, and use effect is imported, and see, click 0 times, it means that component did mount is working. Click 0 time has come, means component did mount type of code is working. Now click it, component did update is also working. So in this most basic avatar is like this. So it works as a combination of component did mount and component did update, and we will see its different avatar. How we will see its different avatar? Actually, here we can pass some parameters in use effect, and when you pass some parameters here in use effect, or sometimes we can do a return function also. So those things when you are going to do in use effect, it changes the way use effect works. So in this scenario, in this avatar, it works as a component did mount plus component did update combination if you don't pass anything here. Okay, and this is how it works. And now what we are going to learn about a lot of things about use effect. It is even more than what we learn about use state. Okay, so we are going to learn next about the conditional use effect. Okay, conditional use effect we are going to learn, and there in conditional use effect, what is there? So class counter one is there. Should I do in a different, okay, let me do it in a different different file. Okay, so close it, not close it, because you should have these things. Okay, class counter 2 dot js I'll do v and 2 is there, and this all are like this only, it will be there. and I want to have a console log here, clg updating document title. So it is updating the document title because that's what it is doing. Okay, so that's how I have created, and then I'm going to have another state here. Okay, so comma name is of empty string. There is another state variable known as name, and now I will come back here, and I will first thing I will wrap in a fragment because I'm going to have another thing here, so I have to wrap it in a fragment. Now I will have what I'm going to have here. I'm going to have here a input type is text. So just a input box with this dot state dot name, and on change I'm just changing the name. On change I'm just changing the name, and the button on click is there. Okay, so save it, and counter 2 is there. So class counter 2, save it, and class counter 2, class counter 2, class counter 2, save it. Okay, so that is done. Class counter 2, we are doing that. Okay, so let us come here, and we have both of these two things. In fact, so it is there. So what I wanted to tell, okay, so if I am updating this, so updating document title is coming, which is really means it is updating the document title. It has run for 5 times, so the count is also coming and count is also coming. But here I'm adding something here. See this thing, it is also in this case also it is updating, which is not a correct behavior, because see, my means this thing was our state was only for, it should only update. So with this component did update, what I'm doing, I'm only updating the count. I'm not even touching this name thing. I'm not even touching this name thing. But when this is updating, why this is running? Because this is how the default behavior of React is. When the state get changed, the component did update will also run. Whenever the state gets changed, the component did update will run also run. But this is very bad thing in bigger projects. Okay, so it's a very bad thing, and it will every time it will run this. So we'll use a conditional use effect here. So how we can use it, and this is something which is available from the beginning only, and that is one of the reason we have this pre-prop and the previous state also. Okay, so I will do this. If state dot count is, so count is not equal to this dot state dot count, then only run this thing. Okay, so what I'm doing here, so previous state I'm checking, previous state dot count, it is not equal to this dot state dot count. It means that the count have changed, because they are not same. When the previous state dot count will be equal to this state dot count, when I will change the name, because the count has not changed, both of them are same. So I will save it. Let me go here, and now if I refresh it, so it is there, and then I will click it. So updating document title, click it, updating document title is done. But now see this thing, and ABENDU, it is still 8, it is still 8, it is not. So this is how it is optimized. Okay, this is how it is optimized. So I have told the all of the optimization here. So now we will see the same thing with a hook counter. Okay, so counter, we are going to see the same thing, and here also I am going to copy this thing, because we are going to have like a same, that the name thing we are going to have. Okay, hook counter, I think what I have to take, counter 5, counter 5, hook 5.js I have to take 5, let me close this thing, and I'm going to have a const name comma set name equal to use state of, not one, use state of empty string. Okay, empty string I am having, and here I will have a console log clg use effect updating document title. Updating document title is there. Then after that I will come here and click count times is okay, and again I have to add a like this, and here I have to input type text value is equal to name, and on change is equal to e set name e dot target dot value is there. Okay, like this. Okay, set name I have done it wrong. It's not small thing. Okay, it is like like this set name is there. Okay, so that is done. And again, so where is it? Counter 5, counter 5, counter 5, counter 5, counter 5. Save it. I'll come here and so use effect updating document title has come. Okay, and then I will click it. So this is been increasing, and then and it is increasing in this case also. It is increasing in this case also. Use effect is increasing in that case also. Okay, so I don't want to it to be done like that. Okay, I want it to behave like this only. When the count is increased, then only the use effect should run. So what I have to do here, I don't have anything access to something like this previous state or something like this. So I was telling the second parameter here. I'll come here and I will pass and this like this, and I will pass a count, an array and a count. So it means this use effect should only run. So first thing is that it will run the initial time. It will run, we cannot stop it. It will run the initial time. Okay, yeah, we can use to show the number of notification Aditya with this. So this count, good question. So this count is there. So what does that mean? It means that this use effects will run in the component did mount mode. It will run the initial time, but after that it will only run if the count is updated, not the name is updated. So in bigger project what happens, we have hundreds of use effect and all those things. We have hundred of means state variables we have. So in we give not 100, because in React you should not have a component more than 100 lines. Okay, so count comma, we can have 3 4 things there. So this is how in bigger project also we work. So here I'm giving only count, I'm not giving the name here, only the count is a see. Now what will happen? I'll come here and refresh it. So it is first time it will call, because I told that it will work as a componented mount and we cannot stop it. And then like this it will work, and this is increasing. But now it is 17. Look, it is 17 and it is still less 70. So this is how we do the conditional use effect, and there are some more ways of use effect also, which we are going to do it tomorrow. So there are more use effect things are there, and then so hook is not very much, means there are some more use effect like ones and all those things, a lot of use effects. And then with use effect we'll do some API calls also with Axios and all. Then we are going to learn about use context hook. Then we are going to lastly we are going to learn about use ref hook. So okay, so tomorrow that is the plan. And with this I will end today's session, and like it. And those who have not filled the attendance form, please fill the attendance form. And as I've already told, some of the people are will be able to get to my full 1.5 month long React complete web app development boot camp, and they are eligible. So today I'm only seeing the 3 people attending it. So this is going means very slow. Means only 3 people will be eligible. So daily it is. I think first day only around 10 people attended. I would have given them, but I am only seeing Aditya Singh attending, Bora John, Pran Samay. Okay, okay, those are there. Okay, so that is there. Okay, and with this means I'm going to end today's session, and we are going to meet and to run tomorrow's session. Aditya, please do attend it, because I see only you are the one of the person who is eligible to attend my boot camp, because most of the people are means on and off this week. They have attended some of the calls, they have attended some, didn't attend some of the. I see your attendance always there in all the days are there, and I know you have attended both. CSS beginners to advanced also, and JavaScript beginners to advanced also. So after this, I'm going to give a quiz. I am going to give an assignment to you, which you have to complete, and then you are eligible for that Jan 15 boot camp, weekend boot camp. Okay, 1.5 month long boot camp, and it's worth 10,000 rupees, and it's it's a high demand boot camp, and I just don't get time is every 1 or 2 month it runs, because then it get full, and then the next people come. Okay, next group of people comes. Okay, so that is there, and that is I will make sure that you will get a job as a React.js developer if you go to that bootcamp and do that bootcamp. It is my surety you'll get it. I will be after you to complete those assignment, to make a good portfolio, to have a LinkedIn presence and all those things. You all of you know that I have around 18,000 connections on LinkedIn. So most of you know. So if I promote someone there, and today only I was talking to the founder of the biggest tech company in Bhopal. I'm currently in Bhopal. He just contacted me, and he was asking for React.js people. Just give me React.js people. So those kind of, I have contacts with a lot of people. Those who always keep on contacting me. At least 10 people are contacting me for React.js resources. Okay. And with this, I will end today's stream. Thank you all for attending. See you tomorrow in the last stream.